Hello, Year 5. So welcome back. I hope you had a good half term. I hope you enjoyed some of the sun, although it's not been quite as nice over these last few days. We're gonna be trying to record a few videos, especially for maths over this half term, just to remind you of some of the things that we've learned in class, because we know you know them, but I know sometimes they slip out of your minds. So this week you're looking at subtraction of decimals using frog, not the written method, but jumping on the number line to have a go at that. And you're also going to look at one session at the end of the week on time. So we're going to start by thinking about subtraction. So we're going to have a look at a PowerPoint presentation and think about how we could subtract some numbers together, and then you can have a go at the activity. I think hopefully you're doing the math lessons. So you've got two numbers here. You can read them. I'm sure you can. 23.46 and 23.64 right at the top of the screen. Here they are. And the first task for us to do is to think about what is the biggest number. So hopefully most of you know that the biggest number in this is, yes, 23.64. Hopefully you're all shouting at the screen right now and your parents are like, what's going on? So we know that. So we then know that 23.64 goes at the end of the number line, this end, the right-hand side, and the smallest number goes at the bottom, because we need to, frog has to jump from the small one all the way to the big one. So then we have to think, right, well, what's frog going to do? What is his first jump? Now, if you remember, frog always jumps to the next big thing. So here, this is hundredths, all right? So frog's going to go to the next tenth. What is the next tenth? Hopefully, you're going to know that the next tenth is 23.5. And so he's jumped, and we think, how far has frog jumped? Well, he jumped 0.04, or he's jumped 4 hundredths. I don't mind what you call it, but that's the key, and we need to keep that there, and then at the end, we will work out what to do with it. All right, so he's jumped to the next big thing, the 10th, and now he's got to jump to the big thing after that. Now here, he's not going to jump to the next unit, because we don't actually need to go to the next unit. Actually, all we need to go is to 6 tenths. Can you see here? This has got 6 tenths, the units are the same. So he's going to jump 1 tenth over to 23.6, and then he can make it to the end. I know sometimes in class we have Frogetta, his lady love, waiting at the end for him. Today there's no Frogetta, so he just has to jump. There he goes. And there he has. He's jumped 4 hundredths, 1 tenth, and then another 4 hundredths, or 0.04, 0.1 and 0.04. So how much has he jumped in total? Hopefully, you know what to do now. We're going to add them all up, and we're going to find that he has jumped 0.18. So that's the difference, all right? You should be able to do that, I think, girls and boys. You know that we've done this quite a lot in school, so I'm going to show you another quick one quickly, because this one's a little bit harder. That one was all within 1 unit. There was no jumping over units, or even no jumping over tens. This one's a little bit more complicated, but again, it's exactly the same. Remember, it's the same principle. We've got frog, we've got the smallest number, 19.67, and we've got the biggest number, 23.32. So we need frog to start at the small number, and he's going to make it all the way to the big number, hopefully, and then we're going to work out how much he jumped to get there. So again, he's going to the next big thing. He's on hundredths here, and the next big thing is 7 tenths. All right, so he's going to jump hundredths, 3 hundredths up to 19.7, and now he is going to go to the next unit, which is in fact the next 10. Oh my goodness, confusion. But we know how many tenths he's going to jump on here. All right, from 19.7, he's going to jump 3 tenths to get to 20. Now, you've got choices here, all right? You can decide what to do. You could jump in some units, and then some more tenths, and then some more hundredths. Actually, probably the difference, you know how to get from 20 to 23.32. You're just going to go bang, all the way. 3.32 more, or 3 units, 3 tenths, and 2 hundredths. So here he jumped 3 hundredths, here he jumped 3 tenths, and here he jumped a lot. And all we need to do is add them all up. All right, again, no carrying even there. That's a place value addition. Easy peasy, 3 on 3 and 3 on 2, and bang, we've got the answer. Frog jumped in total 3.65. So the difference between 19.67 and 23.32 is 3.65. All right, so I think you know what to do. We've done that quite a lot before. So hopefully you should be able to have a go at doing that with the activities that we've got. So there's a few activities over the next couple of days where you're going to need to try and do some frog jumping. I'd really like it if you use frog. I know some of you are really clever at the column method, but actually frog's quite good for us because it gets a good grasp of understanding these tenths and hundredths and units and fiddling around with all those things. So it'd be really good. You can work in your book, you can work on a piece of scrap paper, you can draw some nice frog lines. I'd like you to think about what's going on. Some of them you might be able to do the jumps in your head. That's okay as well. Maybe jot down the jumps too. You could try that. But it'd be good to have a few lines. Just actually, you could even teach your parents how to use frog because they're probably looking at this video or they'll watch it later and they'll think, what is he talking about, frog? But have a go, see what you can do and try and solve some of these problems. Good luck and see you soon.